So this is just going to be one video for reading. I don't need to do a lesson for each day, just because it's when I teach reading, I start off with a 5-minute lesson, and it's teaching like how to chunk words, it's fluency, it's punctuation, and then the kids read on their own and they practice what I taught them on their own, and then I meet with one student one-on-one. And so it's kind of, I can't really do a lesson each day for reading. So what I put on the weekly lessons for this week for reading, you read the next story in your reading book, draw, or write in the black journal. So I'm just going to do a quick overview of what we normally do when we do reading. So this particular student has this book, and your student might have different books. It's just a reading, a Becca reading book. And all the students have different books, different levels. So this particular student has this one. And this one is using a bookmark, it looks like. So each day, their only job is to read the next story, okay? So they may be at the beginning of the book, they may be at the middle, they may be at the end. Doesn't matter. Wherever they are at, they just read a full story from beginning to end, okay? And you can see how this tells you it's the end because it has a question at the end. Some of them do, some of them don't, but you can usually tell when the end of the story is. And then they open up to the next clean page. So we're going to pretend that you can see the student is really organized, which they know that I really love. And so we put the day's date, and each student is doing something different. Some students are writing down character names. Some students are drawing, because I have, some of my first graders, they're still working on spelling. So, and some are just still working on writing on the lines. And so they can draw what happens in the story. But they know that I am very particular. And so it can't just be the title of the story. Oh, yes, and I want them to write the title of the story. And this person, she's writing down the answers to the questions, too. You can do that, or you can draw what happens in the story. But they know that I'm very particular, where if it's just a stick person, I'm not going to accept that. It has to be, what is a stick person doing? And it has to go with the story. And so if I'm not sure if they're really drawing or writing what they've really learned about the story, I'm going to ask them questions about it. So this is to help them work on obviously practicing reading at their level and practicing comprehension here. So this stuff is going to go home with you guys. We've got the black journal, and we've got the reading book, whichever book they have. They can keep the black journals at home as long as they're doing what the student is doing. And a lot of the students are still learning how to write in journals, so they may have used up a whole page and they didn't write inside the lines. And some of the kids, that's what they're working on, is just writing inside the lines. So don't freak out if you open up your kiddo's book and it's just filled with nonsensical stuff. That's okay. But then this also stays home as well until they're finished reading. If they've read the whole thing, then let me know, and then I'll get them the next level for them to read at home. So that's pretty much all they do from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday of this week. Thank you.